Hey, what's good, people? It's your boy T-Lo Bad, and we're back with another video. And I gotta say,
yeah, it's been a minute, but I'm back in it.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I had a lot of stuff going on with work and life, and wasn't able to post a video this last week, and I really apologize for that. But we're gonna be back on the grind, back trying to do at least 3 or 4 videos a week, and really just pumping up as much as I can. All right. But in this video, we got another roster review. This was going to be a good one, and especially apologize for my own guildmate, who's this guy, because this guy was waiting for his roster review. I told him a while back that I was going to do it, just didn't get a chance to do it. So we're finally putting this out there. So thank you for being patient with me, and really excited to take a deep dive into your roster and see what you got. Alright, before we get started, just make sure you push that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subbed already, and comment down below so we can chop it up about who's this guy's roster. Alright, let's get started. Starting right off the beginning, we're going to take a look at his arenas, like always. Starting off with Fleet, you're sitting at 7th at the moment. I know you're able to take first. I can just tell from your GG page, so really good from that one. Also, when you go to a character arena, I see you're a little bit low, close to that 200, so really got to work on that. But as you're going to see as we go into his roster, that's soon going to change, so not really concerned about that. It's going to change, is a temporary thing. But all right, let's get into his roster. And right off the rip, you're going to notice that he has a lot of R7s, but good R7s. Either that they were just awesome characters at R7 level, or they're needed for events. So really like what I'm seeing right there. The only iffy one I see right there is HK47, but hey, HK77 or HK hits like a boss, so not going to be too concerned about that one, but really like the way you're constructing your roster. Alright, and you're going to notice he has key characters for getting C. He's going to get Sith Eternal Emperor. You can see right there he has Sid, he has his Thrawn relic, he has his Piet relic, he has Vader already done. So that's really going to be good. He has Dooku as well. So he should be in the process of farming him, trying to get his C unlocked. Once that happens, it's really going to change his roster for the better, and that's why I really wasn't concerned about his arena ranking at the moment, because it's soon going to change as soon as he gets them. But you're going to see throughout the roster, he has a lot of good stuff, a lot of G12s, a lot of good characters that he's geared up. Really deep roster for only being at a 4.8. And as soon as he gets a GL, watch out for this dude. It's going to be really good. We're pretty close in matchmaking, so who knows? Once he gets that GL, me and him might have to throw down. But all right, we're going to take a look at the speeds now. I'm really liking the speed orders you have right there. I was like, whoa, when I saw that Stark right there in that 2nd position, but really like you seeing Revan as the first overall speed character that you have, as well as Bastila, Wat Tambor, and Thrawn. We're going to take a look at Revan's speed right here. He's sitting at 323. Really like that speed on him. I'm liking what you're doing right here. And just to check it out, wasn't really concerned about it too much, but I want to see why he's in 2nd place. We took a look at Stark's speed as well. Right here with the Bastila, you're not sitting over 300. This is something that I would really work on, trying to get to that above 300 range. That's really going to help out that team, and I don't know if it's a matter of moving mods or farming them, but either way, that's something I would definitely prioritize. And same with your other characters. Like right here, you have your Thrawn. Thrawn needs to be around that 300 range, either give or take a little bit, but around there, that's really going to make a difference. So either try to get some new mods or try to move your mods around. Same thing with the Rex. This is really slow for a Rex. You want to be around that 300 range as well, and that's something I would really work on after you get your C done and everything. Maybe do a remodding session on your account, and really just try to work out these mods to get as optimal as possible. Alright, first up, we're going to take a look at this 501st. I did not mess up this time. I did not get tongue-tied, so really excited about this. But really like his 501st. You got relics on all of them, including Ahsoka. And Ahsoka, we'll talk more about that in the Galactic Republic. But really liking what you're doing right here. Really clean clones. Other than the speed on Rex, what we talked about, I want to take a look at your mods. Right here, I like what you're doing with your 5s, but I would definitely maybe consider a full defense set. He has such a great defensive starting point that if you add extra defense onto him, it'll make him really, really hard to deal with and really good for counters as well. Same thing with Anakin. I like that you have speed, but I wouldn't really recommend that you do that. I would more recommend that you go into an offense-oriented gas, just because he hits so hard when you put offense on him. He can really take on a lot of characters, and he's a beast when you have an offense set on him. So that's something I would definitely consider. Maybe leaving one primary protection and the other one's offense, and this guy is going to be a monster. I'm telling you, put offense on this guy. It makes a big, big difference. Alright, next up we're going to take a look at your awesome bounty hunters, and I gotta say, you got the 5-man team right there already set, already ready to go. The only recommendations I would definitely do is maybe relic a little bit more into your boss, maybe get him to that 5 range. Same thing with Django. At 5, relic 5, Django hits like a monster, and I'm telling you, he's a beast. Same thing with Boba. I would maybe get him to relic 3, just so it just boosts up his damage a little bit more. I like where your Mando is right now, and really, really liking the way this team is constructed. I would leave Grief the way he is, and this may be something you want to consider down the line. I would definitely wait to see if a Beskar Mando comes out or any other bounty hunter comes out in the future. I feel like it's gonna happen pretty soon, but if they do, or I mean if they don't, I would maybe consider gearing up to G12 your Aura Singh. If you want to get that Mando contract really off and pop in right off the rip, that's someone that I would really consider into that leadership position, and you can have a easy way to get a contract done and really just eliminate somebody right off the rip. So this is something I would definitely consider, but this is kind of wait and see. I would definitely raise up those relic levels, but just wait and see if that Beskar Mando comes out, because you're pretty close. You already have 7 stars on your Mando, and your Grief, your Kara's almost there. She's around 5, so definitely you just want to wait and see what happens. And up next, we're gonna take a look at your Empire. And when I opened up this tab, I was like, man, oh man, this bed has a lot of different options when it comes to this Empire, just because of C. And I'm really liking what you're able to do right here. If it was me, this is my considerations of the teams that I would break down. I would definitely maybe break down your Imperial troopers in the way of having Stark, Veers, Range, Def, and Snow. I think that team right there can take out a lot of different stuff, a lot of different C and B level teams, especially with the speeds that you have on them. And then I would consider breaking up your EP and your Vader. I know it sounds crazy, but I think you could do it. I think you can go with a Piet lead, with a Vader, a Thrawn, and a Short Trooper, and then throw in your Wat Tambor. That team right there can take a lot of different stuff. Maybe even take out a GL if you have it modded correctly. So really liking that team right there. Then that leaves you with an EP, a Krennic, a Royal Trooper, a Tarkin, and just throw in maybe your TIE Fighter or TIE Fighter pilot. I know it's not the best team, but it could take some C level teams out, maybe even some B level teams if you're lucky. But really gives you some options when it comes to Grand Arena, and I'm really liking that. And if you don't want to do that, you can always throw EP back in with the Vader squad if you're going to use Watt somewhere else. But I think you have the makings of a really good GL counter with the teams that you have right there. And before we move on, just wanted to check out your Vader, see how he's modded. And right off the rip, I'm looking at your mods, I would definitely change this. Speed set is okay on Vader, but I would definitely go for either an offense or a crit damage set. That's really going to help you optimize your Vader's damage and help you just be a beast and take out a lot of different squads. So I would definitely, like I said, an offense or a crit damage set, and depending on what you need for those benchmarks, I would either go with a crit chance secondary or a potency secondary. You want to try to get to that 260 speed level. I can see that with the speed set, you're almost there. You're sitting around 250. So that's something that I can definitely see that you're trying to get to. And you also want to make sure that you're going to 100% potency. 100% potency is going to allow you to do a lot of different stuff with Vader, as well as 75% crit chance, because that's going to really ensure that you're going to get to that 100% with his kit, and really just throw that culling blade and make sure you crit and really take out somebody. But right there, like I said, you're at almost 250. So really, really keep that same speed levels on there, but just try to do it with an offense or a crit damage set. I like your potency that you have on it right now. You're sitting at above 90%, almost to that 100. So that's definitely something that I can definitely see that you're aware of the different thresholds that you're supposed to hit with your Vader. So like I said, just make sure you put that offense or that crit damage set, and your Vader is going to be a real beast and be optimized and can take out a lot of different squads. Other than that, I'm really liking your Empire, and really just good job. Alright, up next, we're going to take a look at your first order, and this is something, I know you don't have gear on them right now, but this is something that I would definitely consider after C. Get yourself a Supreme Leader Kylo. Just because if you have C and you have Supreme Leader Kylo, you're going to be able to take out every single other GL that they're able to put on the board. And that's really going to give you a lot of flexibility when it comes to your GAC matches. C can take out Jedi Knight Master Luke, probably even undersized, so that's covered right there. SLKR struggles with Jedi Master Luke, so you don't have to worry about that, but SLKR is a beast when it comes to all the other GLs. So this is something that I would definitely consider. It gives you two great options on offense or defense depending on your matchups, and really will help you in a lot of different aspects. SLKR is a monster when it comes to the raid, so that's going to help you with rewards when it comes to that as well. So this is something I would definitely consider going forward. Up next, we're going to take a look at your Galactic Republic. Or Galactic Republic are beasts. I'm not going to lie, I'm really liking your Galactic Republic, the way you have them relicked. You have an R7 Anakin, you have an R5 Padme, you have an R5 Kenobi, an R5 Ahsoka. So you have the big four right there, all covered with great relic levels. When it comes to that fifth spot, you have a lot of different options. You can either go into that C-3PO or that Shock T, depending on what you want to do. I do see that Grandmaster Yoda, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. We're gonna talk about that when we go to the Jedi. That thing hurt my heart. But I'm really liking what you're doing right here. You even have a Plo Koon at a G12 level as well. I don't know if I would use them on the Padme squad. If you want that turn meter, I guess you could probably throw them in there, but I would definitely maybe lean towards Shock T. Shock T has been really nice, even in my own Padme squad. It seems to get even more holes than C-3PO. I feel like people maybe underestimate it because it does have Shock T in there. With the C-3PO, don't get me wrong, that's a better team. C-3PO is a beast, but Shock T is someone I would consider into that fifth spot as well. Geonosians right here, really like what you're doing right here. You got relics on the key characters. I definitely would say leave this team packed the way it is. Don't relic further any of them. You already have an R5 spy, and that's really the beast of the team, can really just erase somebody on the opposing team right off the rip. So I would definitely say just consider leaving this team the way it is. And even with the R1 brood, don't add up that extra GP to your roster. You already have a nice GO team right here. And up next, we're going to take a look at your Jedi. And this is what I was talking about with that Grandmaster Yoda. You also don't have relics on your Jolee. This really just hurt my heart, because Jolee's a beast, don't get me wrong. Jolee is the linchpin when it comes to that Revan squad. You have Revan already relicked with an R1. You could probably just leave him right there. He's a really good character. It just gives him that extra speed at relic. But Jolee is somebody I would definitely consider relicking, at least to an R5 level, and make sure he's tanky like nobody's business. Same thing with Yoda. Get him to an R5 level as well. This man hits like a truck when it comes to getting some relics. You don't have to get him to R7, just get him to R5 and he will do damage. He's the damage dealer of that squad, and this is something I would definitely consider. And for the other two positions, I know you have G12 on your Bastila already. That's completely fine for what you're doing. And I would also say Hoda in that fifth spot, because that's going to allow you to get a lot of health regeneration as well as protection, some foresight as well. And he's a really great tool. I know yours is only sitting at G10 and only at 6 stars. I would get that 7-star on him ASAP, as well as maybe even just getting him to a G11. I know my own Hoda is only a G11. I know, sad, but he does get the job done. He's a good character, even at a low gear. He provides a lot of different stuff for your team and can really help you with a lot of different squads, including your GG squads. So this is something I would definitely prioritize. Get those dudes up. I'm telling you, really good squads, and they're going to help you out big time. Alright, and up next, we're going to take a look at your Night Sisters. And when it comes to your Night Sisters, I would definitely say get this team to at least a G12 level. This is a really, really good squad. Can either be on offense or defense, depending on what you're seeing in GAC. But this is a really, really nasty squad. Really, I would just definitely get these guys up there. I wouldn't put them at the top of my to-do list, but I would definitely put them in that topper echelon of that list because you want this squad. I'm telling you. Once you play this squad, you're going to fall in love. This is one of those fun teams in the game that has a lot of viability. Alright, and up next, we're going to take a look at your Rebels, and your Rebels need some work as well. I like that you had the big three right there. You have CLS, you have Han, and you have Chewbacca. It's all city at G12. But this is one of the teams you have to, and I mean have to, get them to Relic. At least those three. Those three right there are a team within themselves. Then you add those other two spots right there, and this can take that team to that next level. I'm telling you, get these guys to relics. This is the recommendation that I would definitely do. This is one of the top things I would do on your roster. Get Han Solo to my recommendation would be at a R5 level. Same thing with Chewbacca. And then I would get CLS to possibly an R3. That's really going to help your squad big time. I would also try to get stars on your 2PO when you get a chance, and also get him to G11 as soon as you can. Right there, you already have C3PO at a relic, so you don't have to worry about him. You put those 5 guys together and you got a beast of a team, and you have a team that you can either use in 5v5 or 3v3. Using that CLS, 2PO, and C3PO is a really nasty team in 3s, and Han and Chewie, what can you say? The synergy between them is nasty, especially in 3v3s. Add another team, another character, and you're going to get them instantly guarded, and you could take out a lot of different squads. So I would definitely say work on this team. This team is a beast and one of the priorities on your roster. Alright, up next, we're going to take a look at your Resistance. When it comes to Resistance, I would definitely just leave them the way they are. Leave them down packed the way they are, just because you have other priorities, but I'm liking that you at least have them at a G12 level. Right here, when it comes to Scoundrels, I'm really only looking at one thing, and that's Nest. I really like your Nest, that it's already at G11. I would just push it to G12 and you're ready to go. I also like seeing that you have a G12 Zalbar. Zalbar, I fell in love with in this 3v3. He was a linchpin to my defense, so really like seeing that you have a G12 Zalbar, and I would definitely just get a G12 to your Nest, and you're ready to go when it comes to Scoundrels. Alright, and up next, we're going to take a look at your Separatists. Your Separatists are clean. What can I say? I like everything that you're doing right here. The one thing I would definitely take a look at is getting your Newt to G12, but it's not really a priority. It's not on the top of the list. It's just nice to have him at least to a G12 level. Just boosts up his stats a little bit more. But I'm liking pretty much everything that you're doing when it comes to your Separatist. Definitely a nice Separatist squads that you have right here. Alright, next up, we're going to take a look at your Sith. When it comes to the Sith, I'm not going to take a look at your Sith Empire. We'll take a look at them in their own tab, but I'll look at all the other ones. Starting off with your Relic Sith, I like the Dooku, I like the Sidious, and I like the Maul. Don't really know where to use them, so if you have any ideas, especially because you have them, let me know. So eventually when I do get Z, I'm going to be able to utilize them. As of right now, maybe I would put them under a Traya lead, but when it comes to your Traya squad, I would definitely say consider getting some relics on them. Either your Traya or your Scion, or both of them. I would definitely relic them both if you can, especially because you're getting C. They work wonderful under C, and even without C, they're a really good squad. Really like Traya at an R5 level. Same thing with Scion. Nihilus, you could probably leave them right now. He works fine at a G12 level, but eventually when you do want him under C, I maybe will consider relicking him. That's going to be a choice for you, but I would definitely put them under C. Really good squad. And when it comes to that 5th spot under your C team, you have the Triumvirate right there. That's going to leave you one more spot. I would definitely consider maybe you using your Sith Trooper right there. A lot of people are using Assassin as well because that provides that turn meter to that team, but seeing that you don't have a lot of gear on Assassin, and really just don't want to invest into her. If you don't, I would definitely lean more towards Sith Trooper, because that's going to provide a pre-taunt and really protect your other tunes. So definitely like that. Plus, you have a nice Sith Empire. You don't really need Sith Trooper in there. You have Marauder at R7 and the rest of them are R7, so I think you'll be okay. Right, and speaking of Sith Empire, let's go take a look at them. What can I say? They're all at R7. You're one of those select people that pick them all at R7, and that's a beast of a team. Just like I said in the beginning of the video, just work on their speeds. When it comes to Bastila, you want to try to get her at least over 300. You have the relics on them to make them a beast of a roster. All you need is some speed sets on them, some speed mods, and you're cooking with Crisco at that point. It's just too easy. Really like your Sith Empire. Really nasty. Alright, who's this guy? This is your roster review. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm really sorry for lagging on this. I tried, just life got in the way. But I should be on my grind. Should be doing a lot more roster reviews, especially in this off season of this GAC. So if you want your own roster review, hit me up in the Discord. Link is going to be down below in the description. So make sure you join the Discord and just leave me up in there and be like, hey, I want a roster review. And I'll put you on the list, and I'm going to get to you when I get to you, because you know sometimes your boy lags. But make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel, and comment down below. Appreciate you guys for watching, and catch you on the next one. Peace.